office. Today I have a special session. We are directly from Lithuania, and I have been cut on duty. I know it's very rare that you see me with a white coat, but yes, I'm still a doctor. So I have the pleasure today to greet Dr. Lina, and I'll try to pronounce her name well. Dusevičiūtė. Is that it?
No, but that's fine. It's Dusevičiūtė.
Oh boy. Okay, you have to repeat that.
Okay, well, it's Dusevičiūtė, but you don't try to remember. Just call me Lina, and that's it.
Dr. Lina, thank you so much. Call me Dr. back, so we're gonna miss it. Dr. Lina, welcome to the office.
It's my pleasure to be here, and thank you for having me.
I have to tell that prior to this interview, we have a few exchange, and there was something very special. You are kind of like one of the young members of a profession, but you talk all about inspiration, about purpose, and I was intrigued. Can you enlighten us about inspiration and purpose, and why at such young age?
Why? I guess this is the way that it had to be, probably. I can share my story, how I came to all of these questions. Actually, after I graduated, my work for me was something so important. I really loved what I do, and I worked very long hours, and I made everything so I thought that everything is so significant, and so step by step, more and more pressure came into my life, which I of course put on myself, by myself, and I sort of burnt out, I would say. And then I started searching for what's happening to me. I loved what I do, and now I don't, and it's so fast. I mean, I've been working like for barely 2 years, and I still have my whole life ahead of me. Then I started learning coaching. I became a coach, and one person from another, one courses to others, and my network totally expanded. And it opened my eyes, actually, and really grew me as a personality. And the inspiration, motivation, the why, actually, when I look back right now, I can see that really for a very long time, I did a lot of things out of motivation. And don't get me wrong, that's very good, very useful, but that's something that probably pushes you, but the inspiration is something that pulls you. And in my case, I find it to be much stronger force. So basically, there's one moment when I got like slapped through the face. And it was, I was in Bali in one of courses, and we had an amazing speaker, Paul Dunn, give us lecture. He was about to give us lecture on the why. And at the start of this whole day, well, his lecture had to last whole day. He asked us to put our recorders, to take our recorders, and he said just to turn it on, and now say, every morning I wake up, and finish the sentence. And for me, it was, okay, every morning I wake up so that I could go to work to earn money to afford a living. I mean, naturally. And then he said to replay that for ourselves. And when I listened to that, I was devastated. I mean, is this why I live? Is this why I wake up every morning? What a miserable life she has. And that was,
And
that's
that's
not
after
true.
5 years of dental school. And that's after 5 years of dental school.
That's actually even sooner. So that wasn't good enough for me. And actually, I knew that that's not true. I just can't put my finger on it. But that's not the why. That's not why I wake up every morning. That's not true. That's false. And yeah, after that,
Why do you wake up every morning?
sorry,
So
please
why do you
repeat.
wake up every morning?
Why? Oh yeah. So then my searches for why came to my path. And actually, there are so many people who talk about the emphasis and the importance of the why. Actually, I really love Simon Sinek. Probably you are familiar with him. So I found that my why, and actually it evolves and improves after some time. My first why wasn't this, but right now I know that my why is all about the service. It's all about the service for the higher good of everyone. And I actually do believe in unity and all of those values that are actually listed in the doctors group. By the way, everyone is welcome to join the doctors group on Facebook. Yeah, for me, it's all about the service. And actually, I even articulate that to my patients when they come to me, and not even to my patients. I mean, my biggest wish or maybe intention with which I do start my everyday, so that if a person comes into my life, or we have at least the smallest contact with me, I would love so that contact would benefit his or her life in any way, just uplift or make him or her smile, or maybe, if possible, in any bigger way. So when my patients come to me, I say that because you came to me, your life needs to get better. If I can make you teeth, then I will fix your teeth. And that means that not only, just to sell a smile. So the more crowns that I can, because I can be very persuasive and make people do full mouths one after the other. But if that is something that will affect that person's life in negative way, for example, they won't be able to send their kids to some summer camp or afford vacation with family. And that is something that is really important to them. That's not a good way to be a doctor. That's not in service. That's simply using someone else to show your mastery. How well can I do teeth? That's
You mentioned something that I like to come back to, because you're saying that if somebody comes to your office, they have to be better by the end of it. Either it's going to be from a teeth perspective or something else. But we are dentists, and we've been trapped within our science for a while. So as this new age of post-COVID, everybody has to rethink who they are. How are you redefining dentistry from your own perspective?
how am I redefining dentistry from the old
Because now that you said patient coming, it's not the same as before. It's much more layers. It's much more also, you have a reflection before you can see that patient, because now you've been through so much and he's been through so much. And we need to be, based on what you say, more human, more to connect with them. Wow, there's so many filters between us.
Yeah, and actually that's that's something what I do really find in life is often true. I mean, two polarized sides coexist, and two sort of different things can be true at once. so I would say that COVID, although it did bring more barriers, but it also brought people to get more closer together. And what I find that it is more challenging because I have to find other ways to connect with people, because I really love to shake their hand when they came in. Now I can't. But
Feel the pain.
but at the same time, I find that people, they are more open and they want to talk. They get really chatty, and sometimes you have to consider some maybe extra time, or because they, yeah, at least my patients, they really want to talk right now.
And how you're thinking is the fact that they want to open up and talk to you. Is that a favor they're doing to you because they open up, or is it a waste of time based on your schedule?
Of course, we need balance, and I am there not to talk, but to fix teeth, right? But at the same time, this person to, it's always person to person in my case. And for example, right now, I'm talking to Bak. I know that you're a doctor. I know that you're an important person and have many roles and everything, but I'm just talking to you. So I think that this person-to-person connection is always a priority. But at the same time, yes, I know what I need to do there. I need to fix teeth. I need to make new prostheses, make people smile freely and be able to chew food. And I actually love my job. And to be honest, let me tell you a funny story, okay? Just really short. After COVID, when I had one of my first patients, I only do prosthodontics, by the way. I was preparing one of the teeth, and I felt such a joy doing that I just stepped a bit further and said, oh my gosh, you can't imagine. I would love you enjoy that as much as I do.
How that person reacted?
It was weird, probably. He was open with his mouth open, but after, well, actually we have a great relationship with that patient, but still, I think that he got surprised by my comment.
Yeah, because you have to explain it. But how do you get, I think your story was just said, but how do you cope with the fact that you're a master in surgery and we're working at the fraction of millimeters? Well, you said that we have to connect with the whole soul of the person. So how do you make sense of that in a day-to-day basis?
How do I make sense of?
Yeah, how do you make that in practice? Because you see a patient, you want to talk to that person, but they have opened you out and now have to work.
Well, actually, what I think that you don't only connect with words. And for me, it's not only about, tell me your story. I want to interview you. For me, it's about service. And if, for example, the person is really scared of dentists, right? And it's amazingly stressful for him to come to the doctor, then my best impact would be as fast, as stress-free, as calm visit. And that
You're
patient
gonna have
will
a
be
lot of dentists after this interview, a lot of patients after this interview. Everybody wants that from a dentist.
yeah.
There's something you mentioned at the beginning, and it was too big for me not to just mention. You said that motivation is good, and everybody is buying books and course about motivation. You said that inspiration is much more powerful. I'd like to come back on that. Can you tell me the real difference between a motivation and inspiration to you?
For me, this analogy comes to my mind about the group, doctors group. which you are already familiar with. The inspiration to do that, to share with people, this is something which comes really effortlessly, and just, you know, to be in service. And when you see colleagues doing some amazing work and performing so well, you see that and you think to yourself, I can do that. I can do that. And this is the motivation. I can do that. I can beat that. Or maybe I can do even better. This is motivation. And that's really helpful and useful. And that's great. But you sort of need both. Because if you only do out of competition, everything out of competition, and you don't consider unity and the service part, then it's not tasty, I would say. And if you want the full picture, and neither is bad. And I don't think that competition is bad. That's something that does propel us forward as well. Because if we become all, you know, just very peaceful, everything is okay with everyone, we don't have to rush anywhere, then it sort of diminishes the need for growth.
And what about inspiration?
And inspiration is something when you, well, for me, I can just talk about myself, you know. So everything what I'm saying is just my perspective and my experience. And inspiration is something what you simply want to do. You simply want to share. I want to share. I want to provide benefit. I want to uplift people, and I want to. That's my why. That's my why.
And I'm gonna drill a little bit into this. How is it uplifting people better than competition? When you're looking to perform, how is it better?
I wouldn't say that something one aspect is better than the other. I really think that we need both. But one is motivation. What I sense, it's a bit more ego-driven, and inspiration, that's the other part.
May I help? I wrote a few books about that, and you had an amazing perspective about two very strong concepts. But think of this: inspiration is motivation without resistance.
Is motivation? Oh, I love this. I love this. Great.
You talk a lot about connecting person to person, about being peer to peer. And I think that if something good is good about this COVID thing, it's we're connecting. And we need that warmth. You cannot shake hands anymore, you can hugs anymore. So now we go online and we connect. How do you see this kind of new trend of connecting and meeting people? How can this shape our life and our future?
How is this going to shape our life and our future?
Because right now we cannot touch each other, but I think that we're connecting at a much deeper level than if you met in person.
Yeah.
There's something changed here.
Yeah. Totally agree with you. I definitely think that food tastes best when you are hungry. So when having this separation and this isolation and everything, people start to really enjoy and really use all the channels and possibilities to connect and see other sides of that. Because maybe before, when there was no restriction, we simply took it for granted, and we saw the value not as it is right now. Yeah. And Bak, can I ask you a question?
Please.
uh, we've been talking about these things, and if I understand correctly, that is something that actually you find relevant or interesting as well. What is your why? What is your motivation? What is your inspiration?
You sure want to go to this? This is your interview.
Yeah, but you can simply cut that out if you don't want to. But I'm really interested.
I have no problem sharing, but I don't want to take the thunder away from you. Make a very short story. I am a dentist because exactly what people think of me when they look at me. I'm an Asian, and that was a standard in my family to be a doctor. And I was more an artist. I was more a sensitive soul. I was more a financier. I try, when you have immigrant parents, you please them. That's the only way to go. So I became a dentist. I was sure that I won't stay long in that profession, and I had to cope. Just like a little like you, from the beginning of my career, I experienced depression. I experienced not suicidal thoughts, but it's like I wasn't happy. And my parents even weren't even happy either, because I made the exact same thing that they do in movies. That this is my diploma. You work all your life for this. This is yours. I gave him my original copy. He lost it. Today, I am very well known in the profession. I am changing the profession, and all I have was duplicate. He lost my original license. That being said, it took me about 5 years to find footing, and my patient helped me. So you talk about connecting with your patient. I can relate to that, but to the highest level, because that was the only thing that kept me in the chair. Yes, I have to make a living. Yes, I have to honor my title, but every day I'm coming in, my patient was the one saying that, oh, I feel useful. Oh, they need me. And you said yourself, patient don't like to go to the dentist. So if there's a chance for them to be chatty, they're going to jump right on it. I was thirsty for human connection. Let's talk. So the mask thing, for a long time, I never wear a mask. I wear a mask when I work. And then you have to make sense of the time you're spending with a patient, and then also the reason why he's or she's there. So then you have to develop speed. You have to become very precise and very quick when you work. So that was the first part of my story. That was good for, I set up with myself 10 years being a dentist, and I'm going to walk away. I am now starting my 20th year as a dentist. So there's something I miss on the road, but by the 15 years, I will say, no, that's enough. I'm going to walk away, and I can walk away with my head high because I have succeeded in this profession despite myself. And then I met with another friend of mine who was one of the genius in marketing of TELUS, which is one of the big telecom company here, and said that, I look at you Bak, and you don't look depressed for a dentist who hates what he does. And everybody that he knows love dentistry, and they're all depressed. So we're trying to dwell into this a little bit, and what I figured out, I have been through a lot of hoops to cope with my own unhappiness, my own depression, and I've created tools. I have created mindsets. So he told me that you should, before you leave this, you should take this, just package it, and resell to all the dentists. And he was right on point. And before he left me, he said, but amongst yourself, and let's say the truth, you hate each other, because it's all about comparing. It's all about competition. So if you to tell them that you're better, they're going to just crucify you, even if they need what you're saying. So don't put yourself as a hero, put yourself at exhibit A. That's it. And that changed the whole dynamic of what I'm doing. So what I did after that, I repackaged what I found, I discovered within the first 15 years. I pushed further. I even built it in matter, because when you want people to join, they have to touch something so they believe that it's true. And today, this is a new economical model that is proposed in Canada for dentists. And it's all about the quest of happiness. And if you can allow me another 2 minutes on this is going to be funny. I did the whole thing to focus on empowerment, and also to focus on fulfilling your life. When you say yourself, why do you work? You wake up in the morning, you go to work. I had a lot of attention. I had the favor of the financial world, but the dentist didn't got a clue of it. Being happy, I don't need you to be happy. I can be happy. And being happy was about being free. It's about being in control, and also about being independent, financially speaking. Because by the end of the day, you don't want to have to work every day just to meet your to pay your bills and just to eat to meet your ends month. So it took me a month. No, sorry, it took me 2 years to sit down with dentists, understand what they're saying, and have to change the whole thing from being happy to being a millionaire. Everything was on the table anyway. But since we changed the tagline, now dentists are rushing in. It's
You
no
have to trick them.
but it's no judgment. And if we are connected on the stage, we have to understand our public. We have to understand what they're looking for. And even if we know what they're looking for, just like with a patient, they come in, you know that that person needs a crown.
Yeah.
But to him, he just needs to be painless, to be as fast as possible, and the cheapest way possible. But he doesn't want cheap. So if you can get into that mindset, then you're reconnecting. And coming back at inspiration versus motivation. Motivation, you have to do something and you'll be pushing. But in that pushing, there's also a recipe coming with it saying that this is how you have to do it. So it is kind of imposed. Inspiration is different. You're trying to elevate people instead. You're trying to help them through. So one about this, no resistance, because they're looking for your help anyway. Secondly, it's much more pleasant for you because you don't impose what you know on them. They're going to be asking, please help me. Do you have any way for us to go through this faster or better? And all that you're going to have back from that person is positive energy. Well, when you're trying to motivate somebody and you've been a coach, you know that most of the resistance is coming from the people you're trying to help. So thank you for giving me the chance to answer this question. But you had all those keys. You had all those keys. Now the only thing is,
thank you.
How many
I
people
loved
do
your
you
story, actually. And you know what? While listening to you, what I thought that it's really, really accurate point of view, because sometimes about changing the title, right? Because sometimes it's too. Well, at least that's my explanation. It's people don't always have the resource to even admit something. Because when you admit it, then you have to cope with it. And if you don't even know how, that may be too big of a bite to chew, you know, and if you can serve it other way, not as such a big huge thing. For example, like even to admit that you have depression, that's a huge thing, and you have to be really strong to admit that, because then you will have to cope with that. And it's so much easier to say, nope, I need more money.
It is, but just like an abscess, you can ignore it for some time until it's gonna burst.
Yeah.
And in a profession, if you look at this, those are facts. This is another opinion. If you look at the past decades throughout the world, we are the profession with that ranks the highest amongst the profession with depression and suicidal problems.
Yeah.
I've been greeted by my deans 20 some years ago with that in mind. He was greeted from his dean when he got into that was cool. So you cannot ignore this for so long, and eventually you want to just catch us. You have the chances, if I may, that you experience that right at the beginning of your career. So you're way too young to give up, and now you have to cope with it. And if I may give you some hope, there's more than one ways to cope with it. We as doctors, we have been shaped in ways that we have the recipe to succeed in everything that we'll be touching, because everything is about work ethic. Everything is about resilience. And if you have the IDR in front of your name, you have that work ethic. There's no question asked from wherever country you're coming from. That being said, you said yourself, we need purpose. So where are you going to apply that purpose to? Where are you going to apply that strength you receive? And I think that's just where the void is coming. It's we have applied that on teeth, we have applied that on craft, but we're not looking to what kind of good are we doing, what kind of change are we bringing to the world. And a tooth at a time will not change the world. A smile at a time may, but person to person, you have no idea how many lives you can touch.
Yeah.
But now it's becoming my interview. I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's always teamwork. The end product is always teamwork. You know that from being a dentist, right? It's always.
When I'm a host, I'm trying not to give any opinion of mine, to have your opinion. I like
your opinion. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for giving the opportunity. I'd like to come back at something, and there's something very interesting in your story. At the beginning, you mentioned that you were looking for answers, and then you became a coach.
Mm-hmm.
But you didn't say anything in between. How were you seeking answers, and then you started to help people find answers? I'd like to have that story.
That's probably the way my mind operates. I really want to understand the system. Because well, I see systems everywhere. I see patterns everywhere, and everything is always, of course, a unique way, but there are certain patterns, probably in English I won't find a better word, that are always repeating themselves. And for me, it was to find the answer for myself. I need to understand how I work, how all the people work. And when you have the system, when you have the tool, you can always use it. So that was probably it. Yeah. And when you were talking before, I actually remembered, you may be aware of that. There's this lighthouse. It's also in one of the coaching systems. Do you know what I'm referring to?
I'm not sure.
There's this lighthouse, and there are different steps in the lighthouse. Like the first floor is red, then orange, then yellow, then green, then blue, then purple. Are you aware of that?
No, I'm sorry.
You know what? I will share with you that. Here, do you see this lighthouse?
Yes.
So actually here it simply represents the and business step-by-step things, but for me everything is about the same. That's what I say about the systems. It's simply a system from which person operates. And by the way, it's the same as in India, those chakra colors or whatever. You see, everything is about the same thing. And so red ones, people are still scared. And for example, if that's a business, you, or maybe not a business, but money related, then you go to work from 8 till 5. You earn just enough for a living, and how much you earn, that much you spend. Then there's the other level, when you already have your passion, so you love what you do, so you work long hours, you take all the jobs and all the work that is given to you, and you don't count the hours, and they call it the orange workhorse, but you're not working for yourself. Then there's the yellow level. You already got some reputation, some credibility. You can already, maybe you have some employees, but there's still loads of control. After that, you already learned how to lose control. And actually, step by step, we go to the purple level when the goal is to leave an impact, to make an impact, and to leave legacy. And actually, I think that that's what you're doing.
Thank you. It's you talk about pattern. This is pretty much an interpretation of the pyramid of Maslow.
Oh yeah? Oh, okay. So you see, everything is about the same thing. Everything is the same. When you see the pattern, it's always about then it's really easy to catch new stuff.
So you mentioned that you coach. Who do you coach?
Oh, I used to become a coach. I had to do all my internship and, to coach people. Then they would have to leave their reviews, probably. Yeah, reviews. And it was really systematic and so on. And afterwards, people just used to come to me and ask for coaching sessions. And I even tried helping few business owners, because I do really, somehow for me it's really, maybe because I see the systems, it's really it's really pleasant to work with teams, for example, dental clinics, because you see the systems and everything is repeated always. And actually, I don't know how is it in Canada, but in Lithuania, mostly dental practices are owned by dentists. There's probably no corporate dentistry, and dentists, they know how to do their craft really well, but they simply had no opportunity to learn how to run their business or how to manage the people and how to communicate stuff. So yeah, I found my fields where I can be helpful with my knowledge of coaching.
What kind of dentists are seeking for your help? Let's try to identify the people.
Oh, they really have to. Yeah, they really have to be open-minded, I would say, because to say that you don't know something or that you need help, and that's me, who they trust to help. Because when I first started working as a dentist, I understand that I look really young. So firstly, it was difficult for patients to trust me. Does she know what she's doing? So yeah, they really have to be open-minded first, and to understand that they don't understand everything, and to really, to have dealt with ego. Because always when you only ask for help when your ego is properly managed.
And what will be the transformation through the coaching session? What are you looking to bring them to?
Actually, it's about the lighthouse that I showed. It's always about the next step in the lighthouse, but applying that not to, well, also to a person, but to the dental clinic as well. And business always represents the mindset of the owner. It's always just a mirror. And when a person solves that riddle in themselves, usually in business, that changes also. What do you think?
When you see that the business is messy, the owner is messy. That's what you say.
It's usually just, for example, one aspect that they need to simply notice. And usually, as soon as a person notices, just this is what I'm feeling right now. It's always like uh, when there is space for improvement, it doesn't mean that right now it's done poorly. When there's space for improvement, that means that there's enough courage to go forward. It's the same as when people come to us to fix their
Such
teeth.
kindness, such kindness. No, I love the way you phrase that.
But that's the way I think so. Because yeah, when people come to us to fix their teeth, it's not that we should say that, oh, you were so messy, you hadn't brushed your teeth probably for a year, right? Oh, you. But that's judgment. And on the other side, you can simply say, what a brave move from you, because I know that you are probably really scared of dentists. And congratulations that you found strength in yourself to come to me and have your health, at least in this way, improved. Well done. Keep on doing that. So that's the same. If something isn't perfect.
So we have the choice to coach full time or to be a dentist full time. Who you wanna help?
I don't want to choose. I don't want to choose. What about you? Would you give up your dentistry right now?
Now that I have a way out, I'm not sure. But for the last 20 years, I was looking for a way out with honor. Now that I have my way out with honor, I know that I'm reducing a lot of my surgery. I'm having more younger dentists to take over. I'm teaching, but I'm not sure I want to stop because that was what kept me alive. That genuine connection. And if I may, let me just share with you a hope that to you and to all the people that are watching us. Eventually, I'll get you a visit of what I've built here. It's called Complex Amdex. It's a Mexican Co. Sorry, it's like if there's a Uber in the dental field, we are it. And it's still we're still a long way to have established this in the profession. But I'm having the favor of the financier. So I don't have all the money I want, but we have the means to develop. That being said, it was financed by a bank, and Bank in Canada, they will never take risks. They're going to just finance something that they can own, something that they can resell, something that is being proven. So the most ambitious project ever financed by a bank was made possible thanks to a patient of mine. Today we're brothers, but he started on my chair as a patient. I treated him, and I forgot about him. We met again a few years later and said, "Doc, you remember me?" So, yeah, sure. And then I was looking at him off, and I was looking at his tears. Yeah, that's reminding me something. So we became very good friends. And by the time that I needed help, I didn't know that, but he was one of the high-ranking officers of the banks. So he vouched for us. He pushed, and today we're bros. I own him so much. But it started because I treated a patient generally, and I was looking to make him happy.
Yeah.
So to connect with people, it's not a waste of time. It's never a waste of time. Sometimes it will not give you what you want out of it right at the beginning, but when you connect and you have something you want, it's always a full start because you're not connecting, you're seeking. But when you just open up and say, let's see how this goes. You never know where it's gonna go. Don't have any expectations, so you won't have any judgment. And from there, you'd be surprised when it might lead you. Sometime even a few years later on the road.
Yeah, I just loved listening for you for these last 2 minutes. Oh, that felt so good.
And his name is Anthony Sisha. He's real. He had interview with me. So you go through my feed on LinkedIn, you can find him. Good looking guy. But it's not about how you look. It's about how you make people feel. And if you're looking for true beauty, that's it. It's how you make people feel, and that's your beauty will come from it. I have to say, I am impressed by the wisdom you're having. I'm not judging, but you're still pretty young to have such energy, such wisdom, and also to have going through I need a way to put this into action. I'm looking at you. You're the perfect balance between hope and analytic. Lina, I have to, I end all my interviews with a message of hope. In your case, let's bring this a step further. What should be expecting from you in a profession? Because you're starting, you have a long way, and I'm repeating your words, you still have a long way ahead. How dentistry should expect an impact from Lina?
Oh my God. That's a really powerful question, and I'm got a bit, you know what? What I understand right now, that any answer that I give will be from my best point of view right now, how I can imagine that. But there are so many things that I don't know who I'm going to become, for example, in 6 months. And that answer could be totally different. And of course, wiser. So I think that the impact, I don't really, it can be as much as the whole world or as little as few people around me. That's okay with me.
So let me give you one. Dr. Lina, what I'm expecting from you within the next few years is for you to bring joy into our profession. Joy, a means for us to find value in what we do, how we feel, and how we make other people feel. And there's a saying that real leaders do not seek followers, but they seek to empower more leaders. I think that everything in your story is pointing to that. So if there's anything that I'll be looking forward from Dr. Lina, is for you to bring your joy and hope to a profession from your corner of the world. But since now we're connecting more and more, I think that the impact should get greater and greater.
Oh, that these are such kind words. Thank you. Thank you, Bak. And keep on doing what you're doing. I really love it.
For as long as it's fun, I'll do it. And let's say it again. I said it mostly all of my interviews, but people are reaching out saying, why do I do what I do and how do I doing it? Because I keep scoring and scoring.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a lazy guy. For as long as it's fun, I'll do it. And I like to win. If the fun's gone, now I'm in trouble.
Really, but that's the way it should be.
I
That's
don't
the
know.
way
I'm not judging. This is
be
just sharing how I do it.
awesome. I think you are doing really well.
Um,
And you are bringing joy to the profession.
yes, but I don't think that I will have your impact because people look at me and they see authority. People look at me and say, oh yeah, he's a doctor. He's going to try to lecture us, which I hate, by the way. I hate people who lecture. You just listen to you. You're a breath of fresh air.
Okay.
You're smiling, you have that energy, but usually people with energy, they are seeking something and they don't know what it is. I know that you don't have all your answers yet, but we can feel that you're confident. We can feel that you're looking forward, because I didn't want to say it because that was your interview, but you know why you're helping people? And
Right.
it can be selfish, but the idea why you're helping people, it's, again, evolution without resistance. Because when you're helping yourself, you have all that crap you have to deal with, your ego, your legacy, your story, and those all those emotions are playing against you. When you're helping somebody else, there's no emotion involved. The only thing left, it's the goal and the analytic. And you talk about system. So the more people you help, the better you understand yourself.
Mm.
And for this to work, you have to help them without you in the picture. So if you go to the next stage, is how can you be so invisible in a system where you don't affect your own system? The only way to get to that is to be secure. Somebody who's insecure, it's impossible for that person to erase himself from or herself from a system. because the fear is so big that it's gonna taint everything.
Mm.
More you're secure, more you'll be judging, and the more those people can really help others. Because if you're insecure, it is really hard to help. Because what you spring around, it's your insecurity.
Mhm.
I know this is hard for a dentist. This is very hard because we're all about rules and think of it. What is a rule? It is to compensate your handicaps. That was insecurity. And if as the doctor, we can just go beyond that and we have the power. You have no idea the good you can do. I'm a dentist and I received testimonial that I saved people's life. I'm not making stories up. So you have no idea how powerful we all are. And if you think how did I last 20 years in a profession that I despise? It was thanks to those people who thanked me and said, Doug, you saved my life. That person had cancer. I'm a cosmetic dentist. What do you want me to do? What happened? So you have no idea how powerful each of us are. You have no idea how you can find your purpose right next in front of you. You just have to be open, as you said, and forget your ego. But Lina, it was a joy. Honestly, a joy to connect with you today. It was, I have to say, you're very pretty, but your soul and your heart, wow, that's so much more. That is so much more. And I'm glad we connect through Zoom. So the physical part was not a big deal, but hearing your story, hearing your motivation, how can people connect with you? How can people reach you? They need help now. How can people reach you?
Join the community, doctor, and you will find me there in Facebook.
Is Doctor on Facebook? There's a group. Dr. Lina, it's leading that group. And if they want, they're looking for a coaching session. Is that possible for them?
Yeah, sure. You can contact me through there, and of course, I will help you how I can.
And let's do this right in front of camera. Usually when I interview dentists and as an expert, again, I'm not talking just to dentists. Those are the last people I was connecting with. I was connecting with more financially, with more people that are thinking of trying to help society. But lately, I had a lot of hope connecting with dentists that we all realize that we need to be more than just teeth doctors. Um, Usually, I invite them to join me in for a chapter as a guest author in one of my books. From your energy and from your hope, I need to sleep on it. But I'd like you to join me in one of my albums, my motivation albums. There's one out on Spotify and Apple. But with the kind of vision you're having, what's the kind of vision you're having? I like to have your voice with me. If you want to join a book, of course, that's the easy part. That's the you're welcome. But you want to join force to just help our profession motivated. I'll try to show you what I'm doing, and then I'll be looking for you to see how far you can bring this.
Actually, that sounds really great. And I will definitely need to hear more. And thank you that's a really big compliment. Thank you.
I think
Amazing.
that amongst the alphas and you're an alpha, it's there's no compliment. I think that it's just the recognition of the truth. It's also the recognition of potential and a promise forward. And be careful, that everything we say, we have to deliver.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Lina. This was Dr. and I'll try to say it right. Dusevičiūtė.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Well done.
Yeah.
I was surprised.
It's
Thank
on my
you.
concentration, but it was honestly a real pleasure. I like to say honor, but this is beyond honor. It's a pleasure to connect journally, and it's a pleasure that you've been able to share as much openly, and with the again I have to say with your age, I am envy of you because you know stuff that I know now 20 years later. I have no idea how you're gonna drive this. Well, how far you're gonna drive this. But please, It's, you said yourself, it's all about helping others, elevating other, and the more people you elevate, the more powerful you become. That's the what I've learned in life, and this is what I'm doing. What I do. Call me selfish. I don't care. It's working.
Amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And have a great day. You're still going to work, right?
Yes, I'm starting my day.
Okay. So have a great day.